picture, but you realize that I still hung up over my ex. Should you stay with me through that, or should you leave and give me time to find? Welcome back, KK Squad.
Welcome back.
And that's officially your names now. Okay, your names are the KK Squad.
Still haven't agreed, but okay, Kenna.
We have, it's like 2 videos in. We have agreed it's the KK Squad. Welcome back to K's Nation. Today we're going to be doing another couples video, but this one is a little different. We're going to be giving relationship advice because you know we are like a year in marriage.
Experts now.
So we're not necessarily giving marriage advice. Maybe when we're like 5 years into marriage, we're just giving relationship advice. So like boyfriend, girlfriend, courtship, you know, that kind of phase.
Yeah, I think we're qualified enough to do that.
To do that one. It's kind of hard, so don't mind us. And this actually isn't original to our channel. I actually saw this on African Beauty's channel, and I thought it was a really nice idea. She called it love them. Well, she's an American, so love them or leave them. We'll say love them or leave them.
So proper.
So basically what we're going to be doing, we're going to be reading scenarios. Some of you may relate to some of these, and we're just going to tell you if you should stay in the relationship or if you should probably bounce or leave. So you either love them or you leave them. Get it? Anyway, I'll leave them. Okay. Anyway, let's go right into it. So the first scenario is, and this is just our opinion, our advice, okay?
Yeah.
But I think it's good advice, so you guys should just totally follow it. Anyway, the first one is...
Let's hope it's good advice.
I'll give my opinion and Kevin will give his opinion. The first one is, my partner is openly aggressive towards me and clearly has an anger problem. Should I love them or leave them?
Wait, we should set the stage. It's not in the case of marriage. Right?
Yeah, I already told him it's just general. Yeah. It's not marriage, it's like... These are my confessions. It's just relationship,
yeah, like a girlfriend, boyfriend. Yeah, context.
I told him. Right, so my partner is openly aggressive toward me and clearly has anger problems. You want to tackle it first or you want me to go first?
You could go first, ladies.
Alright. From so if it's a lady talking here, me personally, I would bounce. I would say leave. Since you're saying openly aggressive, I'm assuming you mean in public. I'm assuming openly aggressive means in public. Safe assumption?
Yeah, safe.
Right, so if that's the case, I mean, you could talk to them about, okay, you know what? Scrap that. You could probably talk to them about it first, because some persons, maybe the environment that they grew up in, their father spoke to their mother like that or something like that, so they really don't know how to treat a woman. So if that's the case, maybe you can talk to them. But if after the first talking to, they still treat you aggressively, like they openly aggressive, and they have an anger problem, bounce. I don't really believe in sticking around in those extreme situations. So for me, I would just generally just leave. That's my advice. Just roll. After the first talk, leave.
Okay, well, in this case, it will be a female. So, openly aggressive towards me and clearly has an anger problem. I think in a case like that, you should get to know the reason why that individual has that openly aggressive nature or anger problem, especially in the case of a female, because sometimes, based on research, one of the reasons why a female might be openly aggressive is because of situations of abuse, maybe in the past, or some form of aggression that was shown in the home. So in a case like that, you may get down to the root problem of why the individual has that openly aggressive nature. And what was the next part?
Anger. They just say they have anger problems. So you're talking as if the lady is the aggressor.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you were saying they should love them or leave them. What's the end result? Love or leave them?
No, I think get to know the reason why, talk to them about it, because it's not something that's supposed to be happening in the relationship, because it's not positive, it's something negative. So get to know the reason first of all. Speak to the person about it. But if after a series of one-on-one, heart-to-heart, and you see that the behavior is not changing over a period of time, I think that you should leave this person.
Yeah. Alright. So let me hear the one on your paper. So basically at the end of the day, after speaking, if speaking after a one and maybe Kevin's case 2 times though, just roll out. Yours.
Alright. My partner has serious trust issues even though I haven't given them a reason to. Scenario.
You want me to answer first?
Yeah.
Oh, you always want me to answer first? Alright. In this case, trust issues. Now I think this is more a lady thing than a man thing. I don't know why. I mean, it's just the truth. Like, I don't know. Ladies just seem to have trust issues. We just do. I don't know why. We just do. If I'm being honest. So, it doesn't matter. Male or female, it doesn't matter who's speaking here. If your partner has trust issues, you have never given them a reason to be that way. To me, in this situation is also a sit down and talk situation first. Right? Be like, okay, let them know. First, be like, what's the issue? Why are you like this? And then if you're saying that you've never given them a reason to have trust issues, then basically lay this out to them and be like, look, I've never done anything for you to think that's whether cheating or anything like that. So it's something, I think it's a problem on their end more than a problem on your end. Yeah. So I think it's something that you should sit down and I won't say leave immediately, in all honesty. Talk it out. But if it's something that's progressive, like after, let's say you're months into the relationship and the situation is the same, there is no improvement, I would say to leave, because building a relationship where there is constant trust issues, I don't think you would have the best relationship in the long run. So I think you should leave if after talking and there's no change.
I think particularly for a male, this could be quite annoying. Like everything you're questioning, the female is questioning about, okay, why you call this person, why this, why that, and it's like, it's quite annoying. So I think if you haven't given the individual a reason to have those trust issues, I agree with you with speaking to the person, finding out why you have these trust issues and so, but I think if that is continuous and there's no improvement, I think this case the male should leave the relationship. And
something that I just thought of too, some persons, like if they were in a prior relationship, a relationship prior to you, they probably dealt with, let's say probably they were with a cheater.
Yeah.
So I think they probably carry that, like maybe all men cheat. So like now they're with you, they'll be like, they see you pick up your phone, they assume you must be going to talk to some girl or something like that. So maybe it's because of past situations. So a sit down is necessary to see what is the root of the problem. But if the problem does not cease, you should leave.
Yeah.
Alright.
Agreed.
Hey. My partner wants to be in an open relationship. And for those, I think everybody would know what an open relationship is, but in the event that you don't, an open relationship is just simply being with more than one person. So you're not exclusive, it's just not like me and Kevin, it's like me, Kevin, Tony, Michael, just random names, okay? Being with multiple persons, so they're not committed to you, they're just basically sharing all of them to the outside world. So this person wants to be in an open relationship. To me, this is not a sit down discussion. This is just a roll out. Leave. Since you want, and I think everybody should want, a committed, exclusive relationship, whether it's a male or a female, you need to roll. Like if that's not what the person wants and they're telling you straight up, I don't just want to be with you, I want to be with you, and the person next door, just roll. There's no need for sit down in this case. Just say, okay, cool, and just roll. No explanation given, just go. Go find somebody else who is willing to commit to you exclusively.
Yes, I agree with that as well too. There's no on the river, on the bank, on the river, on the bank. You have to choose a side, and I think that comes with maturity as well too. I think so. If you're dating, that situation sounds like a dating situation where you are dating, but you're not committed to anyone. I know this is not the same
Because
context.
I'm just saying, this is not the context.
Yeah.
Multi-dating, there's nothing wrong with that, but this is not multi-dating, this is open relationship. Totally different.
Yeah. I think you should, especially, I think males might have a little issue with this commitment issue. So if you, for example, if a male tells a female that, you know, I want to be in an open relationship, then normally it's because he's not really committed.
He sees somebody else he likes as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one to choose. And vice versa, I work both for the male and the female. So I think in a case like this, it's a matter of, okay, you decide. Are you with me or are you not with me?
Okay, fair enough. So in other words, we say leave. If this is what the person wants and you clearly don't want this, which you should not, my dear, or my gentleman, or whoever,
I know,
roll out.
I know in certain contexts that both persons might end up saying, okay, I'm cool with that, no problem, but someone ends up getting hurt at the end of the day.
Yeah, don't play with anybody.
Because sometimes it's like you might say, okay, I'm okay with it, just for you to keep the whatever you have going, but then after a while it's like, nah, boy, this guy already sit down. She out there like me, man and thing.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Personally, I am not gonna feel.
It's a no and no and a no. Your question, your scenario.
My significant other lies a lot. I'll tackle this one first.
Alright.
Yeah, my significant other lies a lot. Now, to me, I am a person, I love honesty. So, with this particular situation, I'm quite passionate about it. Lying a lot to your significant other, no, it's a no-no for me. I think, I don't even think there's really an excuse, because I think it qualifies it when it says lies a lot. So it's like from
a lot, really excessive.
Excessive, no. Well, some persons could say, okay, it's a little white lie or whatever the case may be for a particular situation, but no, I think in a relationship, because a relationship is built on communication and trust, that you should tell the truth. It might be hurtful, truth may hurt at times, but it's better that you tell the truth and it hurts than to tell a lot of lies and it hurt more at the end of the day. So that's how I feel about that.
So you're loving or you're leaving? You're staying or you're leaving?
As for me, and I would advise other persons, once a person start lying, it's like it's like you're actually building a fake relationship, really and truly, because you're gonna be trusting those lies.
So you're leaving, in other words.
Leaving.
Alright, for me, I agree with Kev. I won't sit down and talk about this either, since it says lies a lot. The a lot part is, I mean, lying is a no-no regardless if it's a one or two lie. But I think I'll talk to you about a one lie. Since it's a lot, I think this is a habitual something. This is part of your personality, a part of your characteristic. For me, a liar, usually people say lying and cheating go hand in hand. I don't really know how true that is.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, but regardless if they go hand in hand or not, I won't want to be with a liar. So, straight up, just bounce. Every time I say bounce, that means leave. Okay, for those who may not understand it.
Signs, though.
Leave. Alright, my significant other loves me but can't get over his or her ex. Do I love or leave? This is an interesting question.
Very interesting.
Okay.
You wanna go first?
Yeah, sure. So in this case, the person you're with, they love you. I guess they exhibit things that show you that they love you, they care for you, but they can't get over their ex. Now in a case like this, I would not have given you this answer before. Like, had you met me a few years before, I was not going to give you this answer. But you know, because I am a different woman now, I'll be honest, like, especially like for instance, right, if I'm just going to use Kev. Let's say Kevin had an ex who was really, really nice, and let's say they broke up because, I mean, people break up for different reasons. It literally could be maybe they migrated to a different state or whatever the case is, because I mean, exes don't mean that the persons are horrible. There are different circumstances why people break up, are no longer together. So if the person was an extremely sweet, like for instance, if you met her or you met him, you guys were going to be best friends. Like that's how much of a nice person they are. I could see the person still loving them, not loving, still having feelings for them, or well, this they can't get over them. So we're going to what they say. Can't get over them. I think in a case like this, the person would have to choose. They would have to decide if holding on to what was is more important than building a future with you. Because I don't think you should compete. It's not a competition. It's either you want to start a relationship new with this person, or you want to weather salvage what was left behind. So I wouldn't say leave. I would literally sit down and be like, if it's a case where they can't get over the ex, actually yeah, I'm going to say leave. A case where they can't get over the ex, I would leave. And if maybe you get yourself together and I still like you, then we could probably have something in the future. But in the current state where you're not over the ex, I need you to fully commit to me. So if you can't fully commit to me, I don't think this is the time period for us to be together. So I'll say leave, let the person get their act together, and if you are supposed to be together, you would. If not, listen to me, you'll find somebody else. That's the best answer I could give.
I think in a case like this, sometimes this happens when the person rush into a relationship.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So they never fully recovered from the last hurt or situation and so forth. And you built the context of maybe the person migrated, so it's not a matter of that you wanted to leave because of an ill or negative situation and so forth. But I think that you may not agree with this because I know you have personal feelings about this. I think that there should be some transitional time before you get into the relationship, so that this will not happen. Because
well, I said I agree with it. I mean, transitional, like.
No, sometimes you think, for example, you should just move on into a relationship.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, in a case, jeez, hey. No, in this particular case, anyway, go ahead. I'm not going to explain. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think some time should pass before you actually get into a new relationship, so that this situation
does not happen.
Yeah, but this is the reality.
So should the person stay with the person who's still hung up over the ex, or should they leave? What advice would you give? We kind of have to speed it up so we can get all these questions.
Yeah, I think well, it's really difficult. I think it's a matter now of moving forward, because if for example that the person decides that there's no way my ex and I should be together, can be together, so what do I do now? But they can't get over. I think it's a matter of just, because it's a new, in this.
No, I'm saying we're not looking at it from that. You're looking at it from the person's. We're not looking at it from their aspect. We're looking at it from the person with these feelings. So you can't get, okay, I can't get over my ex. You coming into the picture, but you realize that I still hung up over my ex. Should you stay with me through that, or should you leave and give me time to find out myself and come back? That's the way we're looking at it from. You're leaving or you're staying. I
think in a situation like that, you can stay. It goes both ways. You chose the option of leaving. You can stay, because sometimes it's like you have to realize that some person you're getting into new waters, so you don't know what to expect, and sometimes you just need a little time for soaking. But if after like a year, a couple of months,
still hung up, then you need to roll out.
That means the person doesn't really like you that much. I don't have feelings for you that much. So in a case like that, time. But you can stay. I
so Kevin thinks you stay. I think you should leave. So you just decide which one of us you want to listen to.
And I think a lot of these is based on the context. But we just
Your question.
Situation.
Situation.
My parents do not approve of my partner.
Which they talk so that they can hear.
Oh, sorry. My parents do not approve of my partner.
We have to do this. We have to answer it straight and to the point so we can get through all of these.
Alright. So you guys.
Alright. Don't approve of my partner. No. I'm looking at it from my parents. And I think most parents want the best for the children, unless like they're racist, they're literally just crazy. If that's not the case, as you know, you have sane parents who want the best for you. If my parents question the person that I am with, I think it's a reason to stop and think. Because parents, they have to realize your parents have gone through the whole way. They know a lot more than you do. They're saying things you don't see. Maybe they may pick up the way the person talks to you, treats you, and because you just, when this in-love phase, you just forget about all those things. So if your parents, if they're not racist, they're not crazy, and they're normal parents who love you, if they don't like, first of all, ask them why.
Yeah.
And if the reason that, and don't go back to tell the partner what the parents said. If you're mature, sit down and really consider what the parents says. Because for me, I don't think my mother would not like somebody who is good for me. So if she doesn't like them, I would sit down and talk with her to see why she doesn't like them. And if it holds water, which I think it would, I would reevaluate the relationship. I think what parents see holds the world of water. So should I stay or leave? First, I'll talk to her, see what the case is. If it's concrete, I'll leave.
I think maybe we could speed it up by just maybe agreeing with each other.
Okay, so you agree or disagree?
I agree with this situation.
So next question. I'm joking.
Yeah, I agree with this situation. If your parents are rational thinking persons and they are looking out for your best interest and they notice something, you communicate with them and you find out why is the reason why. Yeah, but sometimes it's just a matter of the parents don't know the person like you do. It could be that their parents, and yes, you can judge the book by the cover, but the saying is don't judge the book by its cover. So you might know the content of the book. So what happens there? Maybe it's a matter of a two-way communication. So if, for example, they tell you that this is what I think about this guy, he's not good for you because X, Y, and Z, you could tell them, well, based on what I know, this is the case. But if after you see that, like I ever say, if after you see, because sometimes it's like you can be blinded when you're in this situation. So take good advice, and if the advice is good, especially coming from your parents, you know, in your parents, you know that you had a longer relationship with your parents before that person, then leave.
Alright, next one. He or she is very insecure and reassuring them is becoming exhausting. So you're with someone who is extremely insecure for whatever reason, and you have to constantly reassure them, and you're getting fed up of basically doing this.
It's similar to the one of the trust issues.
The trust issues.
Kind of similar.
So in this case, because you're saying that reassuring them, which means that you have been trying, reassuring constantly means that you have been trying. If you say it's becoming exhausting, leave. Because in my opinion, just leave. Just straight up leave. If the point that you're actually saying that reassuring is becoming exhausting, which means that you are trying, you're not just be like, he insecure, she insecure, and that's that. You're actually trying to be like, no, this is the case, this is not the case. To me, you shouldn't have to explain every living thing in a relationship. So if you find yourself having, which is what the person is saying, so if you find yourself having to do this constantly, it will take a toll on the relationship. So in my opinion, which I think you should take, I'll say leave. Like, just leave. Put your energy elsewhere.
Whatever. I like so many different contexts you could think about. So many.
You're only thinking of one context.
Yeah. And we have a limited time. So in this situation, yeah, I agree with you. I think if it's exhausting and so, leave. I don't want to go into the what if scenario.
Because we don't have time.
I think we might have to do a part 2 of this because there's a lot of questions and
yeah,
well, sometimes we might have to give a prolonged.
You just love talk.
I mean, yes.
Got you. Your question. Your scenario.
Highly opinionated. Yeah. He or she never texts or call me first. This sounds like
That's just it. Yeah, she never texted or called me first. That's just what's on the paper. Yeah, she never
but as soon as I read
that's it. That's just it.
As soon as I read this song is rather juvenile to me, really. He or she never texts. Okay, so we have to cater for
Everybody.
wide audiences. Okay, so let me look at it. He or she never texts or call me first.
Me first?
Yeah, I'll tackle this one.
Okay, it doesn't matter what age range, in all honesty. How I would answer this is, I look at our relationship. You liked me. We all, even before like we got together, like we were friends, right? But he liked me. We would always like talk and stuff. And he told me after that he used to be so excited to come online, see me online, and we used to chat. He basically, even maybe if he was doing something else, because I'm very sure he didn't stop the world for me. He had other things that he was doing. But because I was online, he definitely showed interest. He messaged. When we actually spoke a bit more, like we were a bit older now, we spoke a bit more. You messaged. I think when we actually started to talk, we spoke every living day on the phone, which showed me that there was interest.
Yeah.
Right? Because you constantly communicated with me like all the time. And a lot of the times I wasn't the one I was not even the one who initiated this. You were the one who, which shows, as I said, like if he initiated and he constantly kept communication, that shows interest. So in this case, if you're always the one, especially if you're a girl, if you are the one always texting, always calling first, in my opinion, I think you should leave. The reason why I'm saying this, if the person is that concerned about you, I personally think that you're always going to be on their mind, and they will be just happy to be pinging and texting. I'm not saying that they have to be constant, but I think there will be times when they will be the first person to message. Now, if they never message and you are always the one, hey, what's up? Hey, morning. If you're the one always doing this, I think the interest is more, like you're the one more interested in them than they are interested in you. So I really don't see it as a juvenile question. I see it as a question where it just shows interest. So if you're a girl and you find the guy, he never messages you first, he never calls you, like he will be like, girl, I really like you. But when it comes to messaging or calling, he never does that. It's like you always have to take the step to do that. Honestly, I'll still leave. I won't even give him my explanation leave, because guys know what to do. And they will do it for the person they want to do it for. Don't give guys an easy time. And I'm not a man basher. I'm not a man basher because I'm married. So I'm not a man basher. I'm just, sometimes I just think females allow males to get away with a lot. And they are not children and they should not be treated as such. If a man is interested in a woman, he does every and anything to get her. So if a man tells you he likes you and he doesn't call first, he doesn't text first, he does not really like you. Take the cue, leave, roll out of that situation, leave him and go for somebody else. Now, if this was a guy who was writing this, the situation, and this is my opinion, right? If, to me, I like men who pursue women. I don't think women should pursue men. That's just my opinion. So if you think a girl likes you and she never calls her text, so what? If you like her, you call and you text her. If she feels the same way about you after a period of time, she's going to call you, message you without you initiating it. But I hope I'm making sense. Am I making sense?
Yes, you are.
Right. So, but if the initial thing, I think it should be the man's job to do the pursuing, not ladies being the pursuer. Is the word, right? We don't care. In case nation we make up words. The man should be the pursuer. I hope I answered what I really do. Okay, Kevin, you can give your take on it.
I think I'll agree. I think you're quite passionate about this. Well,
I am, because I think ladies for some will crap.
both of us and
alright, so we'll move on.
I agree with that.
So in other words, if you don't call and you don't text first, leave. Don't even consider. Don't waste your brain cells thinking. Just roll out. Just leave. Okay? Did I read this? My partner is extremely jealous and displays obsessive behavior. Well, I spoke at length, so you could take this one.
Yeah.
Jealous and really obsessive.
I think jealousy is a natural.
Extremely jealous.
Yeah, but yeah, I do. Part of a human being. Extremely jealous and displays obsessive behavior. No. In a case like this, leave. because sometimes the extreme jealousy and obsessive behavior turns into
then you are talking about
cycle.
obsessive and then I'm like, you're gonna freak.
It's okay in this context. Yeah. It sometimes turn into, you know, control, very controlling, abusive, and you know, there's a lot of issues in the media and so about men abusing women, and even vice versa.
Women abusing
yeah,
men.
vice versa. And when you sometimes check the background here, it would be rooted in extreme jealousy and obsessive behavior. I think we read about that sometime in newspaper. Matter of fact, we'll leave that one.
Alright.
Yeah. So
in
yeah.
your case, you're leaving.
Leaving.
I agree. If it's extreme jealousy and obsessive behavior, yeah, I see no need to even explain. I see, because sometimes when you explain, they kind of bring you back in. Don't explain.
Yeah.
Just leave. Since it's extreme jealousy and obsessive behavior, this could lead to somebody maybe going to the other extreme where they might try to physically harm you.
Yeah.
Right? So we're not trying. We don't really.
Yeah.
We don't date psychos.
Yeah.
KK squads. We don't date psychos. So if the person, if they exhibit any of these, just roll out straight up. So guys, we're out. I don't even know if you could see us because it's so dark now. I feel like you can. Thank you for still being here because it's a really long video.
Yeah.
So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
Share.
and share. Love you guys, and stay tuned for part 2 or how well does my wife know me challenge. We're going to do one of those.
One or the other.
Yeah, so see you guys, love you, and we're going to be doing videos every Sunday.
Hopefully, yeah.
If you don't notice, Kevin. But every Sunday. Alright, bye guys.